Hello everyone, I'm Miss Cristel Ann Arbelisi and I'll be the one who will teach you organization and management. So this is a specialized subject for ABM and gas strand. Okay, just to give you a few backgrounds about me. So I am a BS accountancy graduate and I finished master's degree in business administration. And I earned CFMP, CLSYB, and I finished Chartered Financial Analyst Investment Program certificate holder. Okay, so during our Zoom class, so we have here our NETiquette guidelines and guidelines that we should follow. First, you can mute your mic and then turn off your cameras. So when not needed, and also use your full name so we can recognize you. And then if you have questions and suggestions and additional knowledge to share to the class, you can just raise your hand by pressing the button in our Zoom. And then please maximize the use of chat box. Okay, so whenever there will be questions from your teacher, you can answer it through the chat box. And then let's party. So meaning be prepared, pay attention, be respectful, and be on time. No? Meaning pag be prepared, dapat nakapag-breakfast na kayo or lunch. And pay attention, so avoid playing games or playing online games and then viewing your social media for these few hours. And be respectful, so meaning avoid using foul language during our time and be on time. Ayan, so as much as possible, be on time at least 15 minutes before the start of the class and have fun while learning. Okay, so for organization and management, we'll be discussing the chapter 1, nature and concept of management. Okay, so here are contents. So meaning we have to follow performance standard and learning competencies. Okay, so for our performance standard, we should be able to apply the management theories and concepts in solving business cases. So at the end of all this discussion and this chapter, we should be able to discuss the meaning and functions of management. And then we should be able to explain each management theories and various types of management theories. And then the third one, we should be able to explain functions, roles, and skills of a manager. And then the last one, we should be able to draw generalization on the basic concepts and theories of management by answering our activities. So the first one is the definition, characteristic, and nature of management. Okay, so what is the definition of management? According to Weyrich and Kuntz, 1993, management is the process of designing and maintaining an environment in which individuals working together in groups efficiently accomplish selected aims. So here, in our definition, we can we have points here. For example, process of designing and maintaining. Yan. And then individuals working together in groups, and then aims, or for example, the goals and objectives of the group. Okay, so we have here the following management gurus. So they have shared their ideas about management. So according to Peter Drucker, management is a multi-purpose organ that manages business and manages managers and manages workers and work. So multi-purpose organ. So meaning merong iba't ibang department kada companies, no? So pwede silang marketing, pwedeng sa accounting department, human resource na department. So iba-iba, hindi lang siya pwedeng sa top management lang din. And another one, according to Mary Parker Foley, management is the art of getting things done through people. Okay, so meron tayong objectives na pinagtutulungan ng mga tao. Okay, so art of getting things done through people. So working together again, meron tayong objectives and meron tayong processes. The third one is, yan, according to Harold Kuntz, management is an art of getting things done through and with people in formally organized groups. It is an art of creating an environment in which people can perform and individuals can cooperate towards attainment of group goals. So again, meron tayong people working together, and then meron tayong goals. And then again, meron tayong process. Yan, process of getting things done. Okay, so to expand this definition, no, as a managers, people are employed to carry out the specific functions. So these functions can be planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. And yan, we can also apply this management to any kind of organization. Yan. Actually, parang universal tong management eh. Yan, we can use this in our home. Yan, like money management, financial management. And then, sa studies mo, no, you can use that as time management. Yan. So management is not restricted, no, to any particular organization. So any organization, as long as involve yung mga human and other labors or resources, we can call it management. Okay, so here are the characteristic and nature of management. So first, intangible force. When we say intangible, this force cannot be touched or cannot be seen through our naked eye. So meaning, di mo siya nakikita. Yan, nararamdaman mo lang siya. Yan, so kaya siya tinawag na intangible force. And then the next one is goal-oriented. So like the definition kanina, no, sinabi na people working together for their goals and then their objectives. Universal and situational. When we say universal, again, no, hindi lang naman to for the companies or for certain organization. This can be used in any situation and any organization basta merong tao. Okay, so pwedeng, yun nga, pwede sa bahay, pwede sa school, yan, pwede sa church, anyone can use management. That is why it is universal. And then, the next one is continuous, meaning, ito yung process na hindi natatapos. So, again, meron tayong mga processes, for example, nauuna yung planning, and then organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. So, hindi naman yung nagtatapos lang sa controlling. So, after you have already implemented all the alternative actions na pinropose mo, so you still need to evaluate it, and then kung naging okay siya, then may panibago ulit kayong objective. So, again, mag-i-start ulit siya sa planning. So, that is why it is called continuous. Multidisciplinary. Ayan. So dito, hindi lang naman accountant yung gumagamit ng management. Anyone can use management, even doctors, lawyers. Yan. Kahit ano pang courses, and then kung ano pang work mo. So anyone can use management. That is why it is called multidisciplinary. The next one we have here, the evolution of management thought. Okay, so for the evolution of management thought, we have here the pre-scientific management period. So we have here the contributions made by the Roman Catholic Church, military organization, writers like Charles Babbage and James Watt, and etc. For classical theory, under here, we can see the scientific management, administrative management theory, and bureaucratic model. And then under neoclassical theory, we have Hawthorne and experimental or experiment. And then the last one for the modern theory, we can see here the system approach and contingency approach. Okay, so for another knowledge, we can use this source, www.wisdomjobs.com, E-University Principles of Management and Organizational Behavior tutorial 366. So here is the evolution of management. But to discuss this furtherly, yan. So from the start, the scientific management theory seeks use of scientific methods to find best way of performing tasks and jobs. So here, the scientific management theory is that which seeks the use of scientific methods to find the best way of performing a task or job. So according to Stoner, Freeman, and Gilbert of 1995, assert that this theory arose in part from the need to increase productivity since the time of introduction of this theory. So skilled labor was in short of supply. So its proponent thought that the only way to expand productivity capacity was to raise the efficiency of workers. Yan. So meaning, nagpo-propose sila ng mga scientific methods to improve the efficiency of the workers. So instead of hiring a lot of laborers, nag-iisip sila ng way na mas-simplify yung mga methods nila para mas mapadali yung productions or yung work nila. No? So instead of hiring a lot of people, nagsasuggest na lang sila ng mga scientific methods. Okay, so next naman is the administrative theory. So the proponent of this school of thought believe in studying the entire organization by developing more general theories of what managers do and what constitute good management. Okay, so find appropriate guidelines for managing a large and complex enterprises. So dito, sa administrative theory, binuview nila ang isang organization as a whole. Yan, wherein, kumbaga top management yung chine-check nila. For example, ano bang ginagawa ng manager. Yan, and then through that, gagawa sila ng mga appropriate guidelines. And para ma-manage nila yung large and complex enterprises. Okay, so binuview nila yung organization as a whole. Next naman is behavioral management theory. Best approach to work and productivity is through understanding of the worker and the workplace. So the proponent of this theory says that the best approach to work and productivity is through understanding the worker and the workplace. So meaning instead of just checking the methods, procedures, yung mga scientific methods, dito naman iniaim nila na maintindihan yung mga worker and the working environment or the environment. Okay? Okay, so the next one is the management science theory. Mixed team of experts to analyze a problem and propose a course of action to management. Okay, so ito naman, lahat ng experts sa iba't ibang field, nagti-team up sila to analyze a certain problem. So for example, mga engineer, accountant, and doctors, yan, pwede silang mag-team up tapos sine-check nila yung problem. Kasi diba, hindi naman lahat ng field pwedeng alam natin. So we can hire engineers or accountants and then doctors pag meron tayong na-encounter na problem, so they can suggest kung ano ba yung mga actions. So ito naman, mixed team of experts. Okay, the next one is the organizational environment theory. Earlier looked at organization's problem, basically how managers may influence behaviors within the organization. So dito, di ba kanina dun sa behavioral theory, ang chine-check nila or ang iniintindi nila kung ano yung feelings or behavior ng mga workers. So dito, according sa organizational environment theory, chine-check nila kung ano ba yung behavior naman ng managers. Kasi baka maka-influence to sa magiging output no ng isang organization. Okay, so again, ayan, yung organization's problem, basically how managers may influence behaviors. So, chine-check nila no, kung paano nagbe-behave yung mga managers. Kasi baka maka-influence to or maka-affect sa magiging output ng organization. Okay, system theory, organization is a diverse and unified system composed of numerous interrelated parts. Okay, so meaning dito, no, ang tinutukoy dito, yung mga per department, konektado siya sa isa't isa. Okay, so for example, yung output ng isang department, kailangan ng isang department. So, kaya siya tinatawag na diverse and unified system. So, for example, yung payroll, ayan, for example, sa human resource na department, yung payroll na ipoproduce nila, kailangan din siya ng accountant no, for the accounting reports or financial statement reports. Ayun, so meaning, dito, papahalagahan natin yung work natin kasi alam natin makaka-affect yung output natin sa ibang department. Yan. So organization is a diverse and unified system composed of numerous interrelated parts. Yan. Magkaka-connect yung mga processes na ginagawa natin sa work. Contingency theory, applying concepts of the major theories to real-life situation, also called situational theory. So lahat-lahat ng theories na narinig nyo kanina, ayan, like the system theory, organizational environment theory, yung mga behavioral theory, scientific na theory. Dito sa contingency theory, itong mga concepts, itong mga theories na napag-aralan natin na kanina, ina-apply daw nila to sa real-life situation, kung effective ba talaga siya. Okay? So, also called as situational theory. Yan. Parang ina-apply nila lahat ng theory from other school or from other inventors, no? Kung effective ba tong theories nito through applying it to real life situations. Okay, so any question for the managerial thoughts and theories? So the next one is the functions of management. Actually, we have 4 main functions. But here in this slide, I'll be teaching you 5 functions of management. So the first one, before we proceed to planning, we're going to discuss the forecasting. So bago tayo magplano, no, we still need to forecast. So forecasting meaning predicting what is likely to happen in the future. This reduces areas of uncertainty that surround management decision. So for example, pag sa part naman ng accounting, gumagawa tayo ng mga forecasted financial statement. So dito, pinopropose natin sa mga shareholders and owners kung kikita ba sila doon sa business proposal na yun. Okay, so pwede rin siyang forecasting. Also, ayun, pwede rin tayong mag-forecast kung meron tayong iba't ibang supplier, no? Merong mga iba't ibang nag-o-offer sa inyo ng mga raw materials, iba't ibang suppliers. Pwede rin tayong gumawa ng mga forecasted reports na kung magbe-benefit ba tayo in the future kung i-accept natin yung mga proposal ng mga suppliers na yon. Okay, so after forecasting, yan, that's we're going to plan. So the next function is planning. Deciding in advance what to do, how to do it, and when to do it, and who is going to do it. Okay, so here, ayan, after natin mag-forecast, pwede na tayong magplano. So dito, gagawa tayo ng reports kung sino bang gagawa nito, yung mga processes, i-enumerate natin yung mga processes na yun, tapos kung paano siya gagawin, and kailan siya gagawin. Okay, so the next one, yan, after ng plano, yan, nakagawa na tayo ng mga reports. Yan, so na-list down na natin lahat ng dapat gawin, no? Kung paano siya gagawin at kailan siya gagawin. So dapat i-organize natin yun. Yan, so here in organization, magkakaroon na tayo ng mga identification and classification of requires activity necessary for the accomplishment of the objectives of the organization. So for example, kung yung mga na-listo nating work, para kaninong department pa siya? Para sa Human Resource Department, Marketing Department, Accounting Department, yan, or Sales Department. Okay, so that's when we're going to classify those activities. Yan. And then, we have to identify kung kanino bang work yun. Okay, kung sino yung gagawa nun. Ayan. So, kumbaga, ayusin na natin yung naging suggested activities doon sa planning na function. So, next, yan, after na natin ma-identify or ma-classify yung mga work, yan, na-organize na natin, then, that's we're going to do the staffing. So staffing meaning filling and keeping filled positions created in the organizational or organization structure. So 'di ba na-list down na natin yung mga work, no, at na-classify na natin kung saang department siya at kung sinong gagawa. Ayan. So pwede na tayong mag-hire ng mga tao. So for example, kailangan pa na natin ng isang manager for the accounting department. Kasi ito yung sinasuggest na activities na kailangan at manager yung qualified for that work. So magkakaroon na tayo ng job vacancies, and then kailangan na nating mag-hire ng mga managers. So next, yan, after na natin ma-hire yung mga tao, syempre may mga empleyado na tayo, then that's we're going to do the leading. And interactions that manager need to have with their subordinates. So syempre, hindi naman pwedeng sabog lang yan, nag-hire lang tayo na nag-hire. Dapat meron tayong leading. So meron tayong mga hierarchy dyan. For example, meron tayong associate or analyst, and then magkakaroon ng senior, and then supervisor and managers. So yung mga managers, yan, they have to lead their subordinates. Sila yung magbibigay ng mga work. Ayan, sila yung tutulong doon sa team ng department na yon. Okay, so hindi lang pwedeng hire lang tayo ng hire. Dapat meron din tayong leading, no? Merong interaction sa isa't isa yung mga empleyado natin. So the last one, yan, so after na nating ma-hire yung mga tao, tapos mag-work na sila, the last one will be the controlling. Yan, measures current performance and guide it toward the accomplishment of some objective. Okay, so di ba after na nating ma-hire, mag-work na sila, so we still need to measure kung nami-meet ba nila yung standard ng company, no? So meron tayong activities, tapos meron yung standard or criteria para maging stable, and then we still need to check kung nami-meet ba yon ng mga employees natin. So if not, kung hindi nila nami-meet, yan, for example, mga bago pa lang sila at hindi nila nami-meet yung standard, so okay lang yon, baka kailangan lang nila ng training. Okay? So again, meron tayong ulit magiging forecasting doon, no? So na-forecast natin ay kailangan ng training ng additional training ng mga employees natin. So magkakaroon na naman tayo ng planning. Kung paano natin sila iti-train, yan, ililist down na naman natin yun. So ganun lang siya paulit-ulit. So the last one will be the controlling. Kasi we need to evaluate the performance of our employees and as well as our managers. Ayan. And then, it will show us no, if mamimit ba natin yung objectives and then yung goal ng isang organization. Okay, so again, for the functions of management, first, the forecasting and predicting, and then planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. Okay, for the next one, we have the roles of manager. Ayan. So, syempre, as a manager, we should have this role, no, interpersonal role, informative role, and then yung decisional role. So the first one, yung interpersonal, yan. Meaning, the manager should be figurehead and must be the leader and then liaison. So when we say figurehead role, managers head the different positions created in the process of organizing. So they had the organization as the managing director and the general manager. So meaning you should be the model of the team. Yan, figurehead. Kasi ikaw yung titingalain ng mga subordinates mo eh. So you should be the role model. Yan. The next one, syempre hindi ka lang pwedeng maging role model, you should be the leader. So meaning hindi ka lang dapat bigay ng work. As much as possible, mas better na ikaw muna yung nag-demonstrate ng work bago mo ipasa dun sa mga subordinates mo. And make sure na naiintindihan nila yung work bago mo ipasa. Yan, that is leading. And hindi pwedeng bigay lang ng bigay ng work. Okay, for the liaison role, managers do not associate only with the superiors and subordinates, but also with their peers and people outside the organization. So, syempre, di ka lang dapat boss, no? Dapat, marunong ka rin makasama with your peers even outside the organization. Yan. Meaning, horizontal communication. Okay, so when we say kasi vertical communication, yan, communicating with the superiors and subordinates. Pero pag communication naman within your peers, outside your organization, that is called horizontal communication. Okay, so for informative role naman, no, we have here the monitor, disseminator, and spokesperson. Yeah, so for the monitoring role, syempre as a manager, you need to monitor your subordinates. Kung nagagawa ba nila yung work nila, yan, kung stable ba yung performance nila for this month or for this year. Yan, and that's you're going to decide kung kailangan ba nila ng additional training or you need to promote those subordinate kung nagpa-perform naman sila ng well. And also, kung aside from monitoring your subordinates, you should monitor din yung sales or yung performance ng department nyo as a whole. Yan, kung nami-meet nyo ba yung objectives nyo as a whole, no, as a whole department. So yun, isa sa mga role ng manager is monitoring. The next one is disseminator. Yan. Parang kumbaga ito yung mga segregation of work. Yan. As a manager, yan, dapat marunong kang mag-disseminate or mag-segregate ng work sa mga subordinates mo fairly. Ayan. So, dapat hindi ka lang namimili ng tao kung kanino mo lang ibibigay yung work. Yan. So, dapat you should give opportunities equally to your subordinates. Yan. And also, through disseminating or disseminator, i-check mo kung kaya nilang gawin yung work na yun. And then, aside from disseminator, yan, dapat, kumbaga, pinapakita mo din sa kanila kung paano nila ginagawa yung work na yun. Okay, so aside from monitoring, yan, pag-a-assign ng work sa mga subordinates mo. And then, spokesperson, syempre as a manager, parang isa ka sa mga leader ng organization. Ayan, actually, pwede kang maging spokesperson ng mga subordinates mo. For example, meron silang mga suggestions, and then meron silang, kumbaga meron silang reklamo na pwede mong as a manager, no, pwede mong sabihin sa mga superiors mo, for example, mga president or the CEO, na for example, pagtaas ng sahod, pwede ka nilang maging spokesperson. Yan. And also, pwede ka rin maging spokesperson ng mga superiors mo. So for example, nakita ng superior mo, ng CEO, na bumababa na yung performance ng company. So, syempre, ayan, as a spokesperson naman ng superior mo, pwede mong sabihin na we need to work harder for this month. Ayan, kasi bumababa na yung performance ng company natin. Ayan, and also, kunyari, kung di kayang taasan, ayan, ikaw naman yung kakausap sa mga subordinates mo. Ikaw yung makikipag-negotiate. Okay, so the next role of the manager is the decisional. Okay, so the number 7 is being the entrepreneur. Yan. To perform this role, the manager relies on the monitoring and liaison roles. So the information he collects from those roles and processing of the information are relevant to the performance of the entrepreneurial role. And in the performance of this role, the manager has to be constantly on the lookout for the ways to improve organization or the department. So, syempre, ang entrepreneur, ayan, para masabing entrepreneur ka, kasi dapat meron kang naiisip, no, na improvement or solution pag meron kayong problema. Ayan, isa rin yan sa characteristic ng pagiging entrepreneur. So, after collecting all the information, yan, from your subordinates and then from your superiors, and then gagawa ka ng mga alternative actions na pwede mong i-propose both sides. And then the number 8 is disturbance handler. So syempre, di naman natin maiiwasan ng pagkakaroon ng misunderstanding between your subordinates and then superiors. And isa sa mga role mo is to handle those misunderstanding. Yan. Yan, that is called disturbance handler. Isa ka sa mga taga-ayos ng problem, no, sa company. Yan. Even the problems between the supplier and your company, isa ka rin sa nag-negotiate or nag-handle nun. Number 9, resource allocator. So ito naman, hindi lang naman to about the raw materials. Also, pwede ka rin mag-allocate ng mga labors. For example, pag sobra yung mga tao sa isang department, edi ibigay mo sa iba. Ganun. And then, pag may mga bonuses, ayan, kung kumita naman ng maayos ang isang company, you can suggest din na i-distribute yun equally sa mga tao. So, isa yun sa nagiging role ng manager, resource allocator. So, hindi lang naman to about sa mga raw materials or office supplies. Even the labor should be allocated equally to each department. Kung ano ba yung kailangan ng isang department. And then, the last one is the negotiator. Yan, para rin tong disturbance handler and then entrepreneur. Yan, nakikipag-negotiate tayo sa mga suppliers. For example, like mga suggesting discounts sa mga supplies. Ayan, and even sa mga job offers. Isa yung mga manager sa nagsasuggest kung ano yung magiging job offer for that role. Ayan, so yon, negotiating, dapat magiling makipag-negotiate yung mga managers. So yon, marami silang role. And figurehead, being the role model, the leader, yan, and then monitoring, no, and segregation of work, being the spokesperson, negotiator, and then handling the disturbance and then problems in the organization, and then thinking about the alternative actions sa mga problems natin. Yan. So aside from the roles, yan, meron din dapat skills ang mga managers. So for example, technical skills. When we say technical skills, ito yung basic knowledge, no, about the work. Yan, knowledge of and proficiency in activities involving the methods, procedures, and then processes. So yung methods, yung mga procedures and processes ng isang work, dapat alam nila. Yan. Actually, pag mga associate role and analyst role, ito lang yung halos sa skills na kailangan. But for manager, meron ka din dapat na human skills, how to work with people. Yan, how you treat your subordinates. Yan. Kung ano ba, nag-micromanagement ka ba? Kung bossy ka ba? Or you treat them equally and as a human. And then the next one is the conceptual skills. Ability to see the big picture with the end in the view of where you are going. Okay, so pag as analyst, nakikita mo lang kung ano yung processes mo. But as a manager, dapat nakikita mo yung big picture nung ano na yun, nung processes na yun. Ano ba yung magiging effect nito sa organization as a whole, not only with that department. Yan, seeing the big picture end to end. And then the last skill is the design skill, ability to solve problems in a way that will benefit the organization. So, meron ka dapat na problem solving na skills. Yan. So that's all for the chapter 1. So we have already discussed the roles of management, the functions of management, yung managerial skills, and then yung mga theories and thoughts, and then the definition of the management as well as the characteristic and nature of management. Okay. So that's all for this chapter. And if you have questions and some parts bother you, so you can just drop a message to my Facebook Messenger or through Paper, and this video will be uploaded through Paper. And you can rewatch it as much as you want. Okay, so thank you.